Welcome. Scott here. Here is a quick boss guide for a new Lost Chapter event, an elegant coffee break for Enna Kros from World of Final Fantasy. The event marks the return of Enna Kros. The event synergy units are Enna Kros, Sid Reigns, and the Turks, Reno and Rude. All event characters will be getting their force enhancements. Enna Kros will be getting her C90 rework. We will be fighting the Château illusion, which has 150 million HP. There are no major resistances. Throughout the fight, while it is in the closed book state, it will be accompanied 2 generals which are immortal. The turn requirement is 80. The HP requirements is 10,000. Before I continue further, here is a small disclaimer clause for the video. The guide is written based on the time that the event was released for the Japanese version. Please do note that it is possible that the boss fight mechanics might differ when the actual event is released in global. Like most other Shinryu fights, the boss gains increased brave damage and gain resistances at start of the fight and 79% HP threshold. Bringing a support like Lunafreya, Charlotta, Aerith, Ramza, Selpha that grants damage boosting aura will make your fight easier. As the boss gains substantial boost to their defenses with the auras, it is important to inflict debuffs that lower their defenses. For this month, 5 of the events will feature a form of elemental lockout. Throughout the fight, the bosses resist all elements except for dark, holy, thunder and non-elemental attacks. You can still bypass this with Brave Cap damage or Rainbow. Brave gains mechanics like Katesith or Charlotta. On the screen, I have listed down the examples of the key utility that you can consider for this fight. As mentioned earlier, the boss will have 100% brave damage resistance against all elements except for dark, holy, thunder and non-elemental. To avoid the issue, you can bring either holy, dark, thunder or non-elemental units for the fight. You can bring party enchanters to ensure your brave hits don't get affected by the resistances. The fight doesn't have any dangerous mechanics as it will be an easy fight like the original event. The boss gains 50% HP damage resistance while in closed book state and reduces its HP damage resistance once the book opens. So when the book open, it is the best time to attack the boss. However, it will revert back to close after 10 actions when you receive the notification. So to ensure you are able to optimize the damage window, turn deletion and turn manipulation utility will help a lot in this regard. The boss has a nasty force time effect is that you cannot gain brave. So, during its force time, it is very dangerous unless you can negate its brave hits with brave negation debuffs or you protect your party with break immunity, shields or evade the attack. As we are no longer have Lufania plus fights, the boss guide will be focused primarily on Shinryu fights. In Shinryu, you need to understand the effects gained by the boss as the force gauge build up, its force ability and its force time effect. As your party has low force levels, it is highly certain that the boss force gauge will build up faster than yours. To have a better understanding on the basics of the force gauge mechanics and Shinryu fights, I have done a video explaining the mechanics. I have included the link to the video under the comments and video description for your quick reference. Throughout the fight, the boss will gain 100% brave damage against all elements except for dark, holy, thunder or non-elemental attacks. The boss force gauge will gain 0.5% charge up rate per action taken by your party. The boss force gauge will build up faster as its HP is lowered. You can refer to the table on the screen for the percentages. At the 100% threshold, the boss will use its force ability and activates its force time for 3 turns. The force ability use will depend on the current state the boss is in. If it is in the closed book state, it will use Gespenst Licht ++. If it is in the opened book state, it will use Strange Whip +. Both boss force ability will result the boss recovers from break, deal a guaranteed hit, AoE brave plus HP attack. Upon using the force ability, the boss will enter into its force time where the gauge will start to emit a red hue with a counter of 3 on its gauge. When the force time is activated, the bosses will gain an enhancement that prevents your party from gaining any brave. No brave can be gained from either brave hits or brave regen. It is very dangerous, so prevent the boss brave gains, evade the attacks or mitigate the incoming damage during the force time holds the key to survive. To deal the boss force weakness, you need to use a melee force ability that deletes the boss turn. Only Enna Kros's force ability fulfill this condition. Now let's go through the fight key mechanics. As mentioned earlier, the boss has two states of battle mode, closed book state and the open state. It will alternate the state during different HP thresholds. The boss will start off with the closed book state where it will be receiving 50% less HP damage. When it enters into the state, it will summon two generals to accompany it in the battle. Although they have 20 million HP each, the generals cannot be killed. Once you deplete to a threshold, you trigger the open book state where it will dismiss the immortal generals. While in the state, you will deal 50% more HP damage. After 7 actions, the boss will start to emit a purple aura. After 10 player actions, the boss will go back to its closed book state. The HP thresholds for the closed book state is the start of the fight. The HP thresholds for the open book state is the 79%, 59%, 39%, 19%. Depending on the number of turns and whether your force time is active, it is possible the boss can change states earlier or later. For example, you nuke the boss HP from 79% to 59%. The boss will go into open book state for a moment and immediately switches to close book state and reopens back to its original state. Let's go through briefly on the boss key attacks. While in both states, the boss can use Gespenstlicht, an AoE Brave plus HP attack that delays all targets' turn by 1. While it is in closed book state, it will use Peck, a single target Brave attack. While it is in open book state, it will use Strange Whip, an AoE Brave attack. Let's discuss a bit on the generals that the boss summon. Although they have 20 million HP, they are unkillable. So don't bother to do HP attack on them. However, do bother to keep their Brave under control if you doing a hit and counter game. They can do HP attacks with Carotid Slash. They can grant Brave shields of 100% of their initial Brave to a random ally with the General Shield command. Overall, this isn't a difficult fight. In fact, if you bring Enna Kros with a supercharger like Hope, Aerith, Lyud, Ursula, Iroha and the upcoming Lily set, you can easily turn her LD attack into a nuke that can deals tremendous amount of HP damage at close to maximum force time percentages. In fact, I might not cover the boss mechanics in detail because most of the player do the nuke to finish this fight. We have come to the last part of the guide. Before I end the guide, let's cover a bit on the featured FR unit, Enna Kros. The FR conditions is pretty strict and a restrictive one. For maximum HP damage bonus per turn, you need to fulfill 3 conditions. 1. Deal holy elemental damage will uptick the force time by 20% on the unit's turn. You can bring holy enchanter like Minwoo, Eiko, Sidor, Paladin Cecil, Yuri, or Kuja. Ash will help as well, but do keep in mind she also enchants the thunder element. 2. Deal dark elemental damage will uptick the force time by 20% on the unit's turn. You can bring a dark enchanter, Xanda or Château. 3. The last condition is that you just need to ensure your Brave is capped at the unit's max Brave after an HP attack. Fulfilling this will nab you 40% HP damage bonus. Most units can fulfill this condition. Brave retention, Brave consumption reduction and Brave floor mechanics will help a lot here. Enna Kros herself has true dark and holy enchant. Her S2, EX and LD will always ensure that she will returns her tripled Brave limit whenever she does a HP attack. Her FR isn't mandatory for her to be viable. In fact, the most important weapon is her LD. With a maxed unique Ultima weapon along with blue HG armor, she is a great nuker with superchargers like Hope. With this, I have come to the end of my boss guide presentation. Hopefully you find it useful. If you like the video, please give a like. Please subscribe to my channel for future gaming content. Good luck for the fight in the coming hours. Bye.